No, firstly they only made video only, they didn't buy. Yeah, I mean in the
half a year ago, don't have.
Yeah. Okay. So Daniel started the recording. Okay. So I'm going to do a quick one. This one. This Partech. So Partech essentially, right? Today is I think about 60 over already. The price looks a little bit more attractive. If the price go 30 over, right? I think no need to think already that one. If the price go 30 over lah, but seems like it is bouncing back a little bit. The main thesis of why Jim likes PAR a lot is because of this guy called Safnit, which is the hired CEO for Partech. Because Partech is actually, PAR, interestingly, is actually called pattern, something to do with pattern recognition one. Later I'll show you the history. But Safnit, right, it was a family business, and then because they recently hired Safnit 1-2 years ago, and Safnit is the one that actually see a lot of value in the SaaS value in the company, and that's what he's trying to do. Okay, so what is this company doing, right? So this company has two main things, right? The first one is the point of sale system, okay, technology, which means they give the hardware and also the software, which is what Safnit is focusing on, and it's also known as Bring POS. And then secondly is the government intelligence, which is their legacy business, okay, which is they started doing this government intelligence before they actually do this technology transfer over to retail, okay. So very simply, this is PAR in a nutshell. You can see here at the bottom here is the PAR government. Okay, PAR government, the margin is actually quite low, about 7%, and the one that is high margin is actually high GPM. It's actually the Bring software, okay, which is here, the SaaS. This is the hardware and then this is the software. So imagine if you install the hardware in QSR, quick service restaurant. So you have McDonald's, KFC, Subway, Taco Bell. This is their main customer, like Subway. They take on Bring POS, then they will actually pay a monthly fee lah. So a monthly fee for the Bring POS right now is about one annual recurring revenue for one store is about $2,100. Okay, and if you calculate by monthly, I think that is about $100+. So if let's say you compare that, right, actually the cost for Bring POS, that is maintaining this SaaS software, right, is actually very low. Okay, now the question, why you need the Bring POS, right? Okay, which is the question we'll answer in a while. So this company, 60% is in restaurants, so 37% restaurant core is the one that you sell the hardware, and then you got Bring POS, and after that it's followed by the 30% government. So government also quite some stuff. Okay, and then apparently Partech is the one that claim is that they are the only one that can actually being installed in the tier 1 QSR. So what makes them special is because they're already proven. That means they are the only one that actually are being used in QSR. Not the only one, they are the major one. Okay, they are the major one being used in QSR. So that's why they already got the so-called recognition over there. And then after that, right now what they're trying to do, the Safnit is trying to do is to actually build this cloud software, they bring POS into more and more features so that you're able to increase the overall recurring revenue. Okay, this is what it looks like. This is the system, right? This is the POS system. Okay, now just a short history. This is known as Pattern Analysis and Recognition Corporation, known as PAR. It was actually by this guy John Simon, and then it was because of technology transfer. That's why they started to become restaurant business. Okay, and then after that, you can see that PAR acquired this Spring software in 2014, which is done this acquisition done by his daughter Karen, and then lastly in 2018, Safnit joined the team, and then he started acquiring a lot of business to actually build synergy for the Bring software, which is Restaurant Magic, okay, provider of the back office software, so that you can actually do all the accounting, all that. Okay, Restaurant Magic. Secondly, you have okay, it's not shown here. Okay, it's not shown here yet. I think behind. Okay, so this one is just very quickly, right? I think about 30% of their revenue comes from doing selling all this hardware. So usually this hardware probably can last a retail for about probably few years before they have to upgrade, right? Okay, and then after that, you can see that this is the government business intelligence system and mission system, right? So I think this one is more like legacy, and then it's only few percent, 7% margin. So their focus is not really on this business segment. So this one is the main thing, right? Bar, PAR, bring POS. So in a restaurant QSR, right, you can actually link to a lot of things. You can link to delivery, which means you're linked to like a third-party delivery platform like Uber Eats, right, in Malaysia. So in over there you have Olo, all this, right? That actually when people order in the phone, it will directly go into the system, and then it will directly put the order, and then it will directly reach the kitchen, and also the back office. Okay, and then their recent acquisition of loyalty, which is in Punch, and then you have all this payroll inventory. Okay, why so many, right? So this one of the X factor of this company, okay, is that this company adopt an open system, an open API system. That means anybody who can partner with PAR to actually become a third-party integration solution provider. Okay, which I thought is a brilliant thing because they are the only one or one of the few. Okay, I think right now they are the only one who actually allows a lot of different players to actually use PAR cloud platform to actually offer their services. Okay, and PAR doesn't charge. Okay, because the client only pay for whatever that they're using, right? Let's say accounting is under someone else, like QuickBooks example. Okay, and that accounting, right, is not owned by PAR, so the client actually have to pay to that third party lah, not PAR lah. PAR only allow them to integrate, which is called API, right? Okay, so this gross profit margin, I already divided them. So you can see here, product is about 20%, not very high. And then apparently, I think it's because you got more and more competitor like Toast. Okay, Toast is also one of the large competitor towards Partech. The one that's good is actually the Bring POS margin, which is about 20 over to 30%. Okay, and then after you got the contract one. Okay, so this is the segment revenue, and this is their TAM. This is what they are trying to do. Okay, right now they're about around 2000, 2001 already. So it's around $100 over per month. I think it's quite low for a quick service restaurant. So I think the opportunity is, let's say if they actually increase they actually increase more offerings to the customer and increase the overall ARPU, okay, average revenue per user or per restaurant, then it actually becomes more valuable and people can actually pay, right? Because it's actually very low in terms of per month for QSR. And then right now, they actually came out their recent quarter already, but right now, this one, end of 2020, is 11,000 restaurants, 500. So in total, their SaaS revenue is about 33 million. Okay, we will come to that. And then, this is their backlog. So right now, right, as of today, the site count is about, right now it's around 13,000 already, okay, the latest quarter. And the backlog, right, is also around, it's more than this. Okay, I think it's about 3K. Okay, so they have quite a lot of backlog because of the COVID situation, right? They cannot go there and install for the Bring POS. So which is a good sign. But the amount of installed on Q1, right, is only 1,000 plus. So it's we were expecting 1,500 or at least 2,000, which you can see the share price go up lah. But then that's why you can see the share price go down, right? Because the number of restaurant installed is not as fast as people think it is. Okay, so yeah. So you can see here they're doing a lot of acquisition. This is one of their X factor. They can actually acquire. If you think about it, right, the API, right, when you have an open system, you can actually acquire your competitor or acquire other solution provider, which I think is quite brilliant. Because if you see someone successful, right, just buy them, right. And then secondly, right, this one is the one that I mentioned just now. You can see all their integration partner, right. So one of it is this Olo. Olo is a online food delivery service. They partner with. So you can see here, Olo have about 92 million platform revenue. Okay, so it's also the one that actually linked to all this all this QSR lah. So imagine, right, people actually paying Olo for this service, right, around 126. So this one will be like an opportunity for PAR. Okay, if let's say PAR decided that, hey, I want to acquire this company or what, right, then you can see a huge jump in the share price if let's say that happens. Okay, and then recently they actually bought a Punch, which is the one that actually deliver the loyalty. Okay, so this is in summary what they're doing right now. So they bring POS, and then after you got Restaurant Magic, they got a kitchen operation, labor data for Restaurant Magic, and then you got ParPay. ParPay is a payment system. Okay, and then recently you got Punch, which is doing all the promotional campaign, offer, and loyalty. Okay, so this is I think this slide is shows the strength of the company. Okay. Now the risk. So this company right have this problem, the problem of competitor. So there's so many competitors out in the market, right? So but the good thing about this company is you can actually land and expand, and then also another thing is they are actually fighting in the tier one space. It means all these QSR restaurant, a restaurant that's more than 100 at least to 1,000 chains or franchise. Okay, so yeah, so this company is still owned quite a lot by the family. Okay, Softnet is the hired CEO, and this is some of the questions they asked to Partech. So they actually asked like, oh, whether Square right can actually beat them, right? So the Partech management response is that they do think there's opportunity for them in the lower tier market, but right now I think they are not really targeting this type of stores, okay, because Square is the one that's targeting. So their one will be PAR right now is focusing on definitely more on the tier one. Then they are trying to bring software into richer offerings and functionalities. That's what they are focusing on. Okay, so yeah, so yeah, that's I think straightforward. And lastly is the valuation for the company, right? The valuation for the company is actually using the average revenue per user, okay, per restaurant. Okay, this is assuming the number of stores, because right now you got the backlog, right? Just now you can see the backlog just now. So right now they have about 15,000 stores. Okay, update to, if let's say this is not the latest one, right? If you update the Q1, right, it's about 16,000. This one including the restaurant magic. And then after that, you just add like 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, right? You will get around the total by this year end. Okay, you forward 1 year, you'll probably get about 20,000 stores. Okay, this is a bit optimistic. You have to change that. Okay. Then after that, you multiply the 2001, which is just now what I showed you just now. You earn about 1 year, you earn about 2001, which is about $150, $160 per month. So you get 43 million. And then their recent acquisition from Punch will actually produce about 50 million of revenue. So you add everything together, and then this one is they include the ParPay, okay, into it. So right now, the thing actually I have no problem with this 120 million. Okay, definitely achievable. The question is in the multiple, whether you're willing to pay the 20x sales multiple for this company. I think that's the question. Okay. Right now the company is trading at about 60 over. But if let's say the price to sales is like 40, if let's say the price to sales is 10, right, you get about 40 plus, right? 40 plus or half of this, 40 plus, 30 plus, I think that one will be a no-brainer, because this company is definitely growing. The question is how fast it can grow only. And secondly, right, how profitable, how it can be, because it's still negative earnings. Yes. Okay, so that's all for Partech. So the thesis is if Safnit is a good capital allocator, if he's able to acquire more synergistic company at a good price to sales or good price, okay, then eventually, right, this company will actually make much more profit, because they are focusing on this SaaS component of the business.
I have 2 questions.
Yes.
First question is Partech actually generating enough cash flow for their go-to acquisition strategy, or do they need to continuously raise fund to do that?
We have to check right now, because from my understanding, right, it was Partech quarter. From my understanding, right. Okay, you ask the second question also.
I think by looking at the past, I don't know, I think 7, a lot, 10, more than 10 quarters, they are actually generating negative cash flow. So probably they will need to raise fund, correct? Let's see. Cash flow.
Find their cash flow statement.
Debt issue. Other financing activities. Raise They just raised capital recently, right? 130 million.
Yes. Yes. They just raised capital recently.
So, okay. The next question is, it is a continuous question. The next question would be, how many acquisition they have done in the past, I think 2 years, 2 years. And every
Three.
acquisition, these 3 acquisition, every time they acquired, is it profit generating or they still loss making?
Is that if you, it will be the acquisition that made, is it profit making?
Yes.
I don't
Or are
think
they
that
just focusing on
they break down.
increasing their revenue and still do not have any proper strategy of thinking how to break even? This is a very important question, because if you look at a lot of companies, this is my personal opinion, no right and wrong.
Oh,
If you
okay.
look at-
Interestingly, you can see, right, the major brand is Yum Brand and Dairy Queen. Okay. Sorry, you continue.
So I was thinking like, if they're no, like, in actual fact, it's like, I just want to know, like, this Patek, what is their actual current focus? Like,
This
is
is
it just purely top line, or just trying to push top line, or do they have actual plan? Like, after they acquire this, it's going to help on their operating costs, it's going to lower down their costs eventually at one point of time, they're going to break even or what?
I think
just
this is a question that you have to send to the management for them to answer. We can actually email them.
Yeah.
Another, because this is a question for the management, right? But what they are focusing on. But from what I observe, or what I can see from the quarter result, and also how they operate their cash flow for the past 1-2 years, right, is that they have been very aggressive. That means they are very focusing on acquiring so-called synergistic company, and then after that they're trying to expand the Bring POS ecosystem, and then they are trying to get as many sites to sign up for the Bring POS. That means to install the system. But you can see from the recent quarter, right, they are also still negative cash flow.
Yeah, they are negative cash flow. But that is operating, that has nothing to do with their acquisition or what. If their acquisition, in terms of synergy, really need to look back and think, what kind of synergy are they talking about? Is it just number synergy based on top line, or the software really can? Because, like, I know this kind of open platform, you can add almost everything and anything. If you really want to acquire 不完的，对不对？in the end of the day, still come back to whether they can, like, do this to let the flywheel roll until one point that can turn positive cash flow at least, or what, or to help on the business model. I don't know.
But you see how they transact, right? The punch run, also they're using stocks, warrants, cash.
Yes, it is
So
indirectly still diluting shareholders' value. So, see, got what question? VC model for valuation. 10 focus is VC model. Question is mod, how they intend to form their mod. Yes. Because
how
I know Patek has been suffering for some time actually, right? Then seems like they want to turn around or what. Is it? So what is their actual turnaround strategy like in terms of their turnaround?
Yeah, you can see what Safnet is doing. He's very focusing on Bring POS, and then he's getting more and more site on board. But that's why you can see their average revenue per restaurant is increasing year on year. The year on year increase is actually quite a lot.
So this Bring POS all in one solution. What do they pride about their Bring POS? Like, is there any difference from Lightspeed kind of POS system? Because if you look back to Lightspeed POS system, it's like now they have already come up with all this supplier integration and all that. This is the kind of synergy ecosystem. So when I look at this Bring, they also talk about ecosystem. So what kind of ecosystem are there?
I from what I observe is the open API. I don't see it at the moment, or maybe Lightspeed also have, I'm not sure.
Open API means like zero like that, zero accounting software like that. What also integrate
with their partner, yes. If you go to their website, part website.
Yeah, look at the website.
Yeah, you can see all their partners, right? Yeah. But the thing I don't like about this company is probably number one is the site installation is quite slow. Okay, and then secondly, also like what you mentioned is also still in negative cash flow. So for me, paying a 20x price of sales is I think it's a bit too much, or maybe there's not enough safety lah. But with that being said, they only recently acquired Punch, and Punch revenue is probably not shown in the Q1 result. Yeah. Wait, where's the API? Software. Integration. So over here is the integration partner, right? Then you just click. Let's say you want to go for, let's say, online ordering.
As
then
you
will show you all their partner.
From by looking at its financial, looking at the Finbox only, just like very brief looking at the numbers. I realized one thing. Like
you want to show us?
From 2017. Oh, wait.
Yeah, I close my share screen.
So you see, from 2017 onwards, the sales is actually dropping until from 2020, it actually increased by 14.2%. So if you look back to their cash flow,
I can't. Oh, wait.
Got or not?
Okay.
I'm sharing screen.
Now I can see already.
Oh.
Yeah. So
just now income statement here, you can see 2018, 2019 is actually dropping one. So meaning that their own company's business is not doing well. This is the one thing. And then last year it actually goes up. But if you look at 2019, there's an acquisition. So is it because I was thinking like, if there's this kind of acquisition like 19 million, then does it mean that from now onwards, they are going to need to keep on acquiring to pump up theirs, to artificially increase their revenue? This is the problem. So if that's the case, and they do not have like operating cash flow, then keep on raising.
The company is definitely already at trouble already. That's why in 2018 they changed the CEO.
Yes. That's why.
So in 2018 they just changed the CEO, right? So 2019 you have a dent in your revenue. I don't think it's a big issue. But then follow up because once you acquire, you just acquire the company, right? You still need you still need, because they require, I think, Restaurant Magic, I believe so. And Restaurant Magic is the one that doesn't have much adoption. It's just like a additional service, right? So it's up to them to they have to go and convince people to go and upgrade. Just now Richard was asking how much they bought in, about 44. That was, I think, quite a while ago, right? But good question. We should actually check properly in their past financials, right? Like what? But I think for me more importantly is probably can this company be showing the good cash flow or be profitable, okay? Because right now it's still negative cash flow, right? That means it's still spending a lot of money, burning cash, in short.
Mm-hmm.
And the share price is also pricing in or believe that due to COVID opening, the performance will improve much better because you can actually install more store, and you can when your retails are operating, then people will want your service more, in short. Because they also, in their presentation slide, right, they also got right churn by COVID and then recovery by COVID also have. They are the one that definitely impacted by COVID.
Because I think they are direct partner of a direct competitor of Lightspeed.
What is Lightspeed market cap right now?
Lightspeed market cap.
Lightspeed stock. Lightspeed is serving which type of customer?
9 billion.
9
Lightspeed,
billion. Partech is 1
9
billion,
billion
1.5 billion.
Canadian dollar, 9 billion.
About there, right? I think it's about there.
You mean Lightspeed customer? Lightspeed
Oh.
focus on retail, hotel, and golf. Retail, restaurants, and golf.
This one more on quick service restaurant, right? This Partech. You got the just now the major customer also showing.
Yeah, I think almost the same.
They only have restaurant and retail, no golf or what.
Yeah.
Partech, talk about Partech.
Partech.
Yes. Their major customer is Dairy Queen and Yum Brand. Okay. Daniel, the question is recorded, right? If you have chance, we can actually ask the management. Compile the questions. Goodwill spike, cost synergy spike, acquisition cost equals to capex. Use that as ratio of sales law. Adrian, I don't know what that means. So. I mean, what is the good ratio for so-called your capex to sales ratio, and then whether we know whether it's a synergistic thing or not. Okay. Richard, yeah, I don't really care whether they make money or not, but more importantly, moving forward, what's the potential, right? Yum Brand is China one more. Yum Brand is the one that owns KFC one, right? KFC, A&W, Taco Bell, Pizza Hut. Yeah. Sales divided by capex. Each cost of capex generating how many dollar of sales? But your sales is which sales? The total sales, or is it the sequential sales? Total sales. You give another 5 years, which POS will be king? I'm not sure. I have to ask Jason, do you think there's a potential consolidation of the market for this POS system? Seems to me quite fragmented. The Toast also recently, they are also quite big. Toast is one of the competitors. They're still private.
There will be a lot of acquisition. M&A
Sales
happening.
divided by POS. Sales divided
But
by
if you ask me whether PAR and Lightspeed will come together or not, of course I don't know lah. But you can see that at the same time, this PAR and this Lightspeed, they've been acquiring all this little like loyalty program lah, all this so-called value-added services. But what's more important is like you really need to be able to see what kind of synergy they are creating. Like, is it really makes sense one? Because
turnaround play, is it?
if you look at Lightspeed, Lightspeed also, if you talk about integration, Lightspeed also can integrate one. You want to integrate with your email marketing lah, I don't know lah, Uber lah, delivery lah, all this integratable. So I think open API is just some sort of perks or some sort of like only if they have secured like hundreds of APIs readily integrated, then that's maybe a little bit different lah. And other point is, I think why people still want to use their point of sale system, especially when you talk about all the retail business is still getting hit hard, and a lot of them trying to look for new ways to pivot. So if you are a service provider like this and you can provide a solution to help them to pivot or to like, okay lah, even there's a next lockdown, I still can help you to pivot, then that's a different story, you know. But so Lightspeed stands in a position where they can actually still talk to the retail business. Yes, now lockdown, but you know, if you use our system, you are still big. You still can do sales. You still can run your business. Even your stores are closed. You cannot cater for dine-in, all these things. So if you look at PAR, need to find out whether they have this kind of solution. Because I just read one of the books recently. It's called Investment Checklist, and there's one question actually helps me think. If we really want to invest in company right now, and everyone is looking for so high return, and if we really want to keep our standards high when selecting companies, right? We look at this particular company. Yes, they are turnaround, whatever it is, but in the end of the day, I would ask myself one question. If this particular company or solution is not here, would that actually affects or brings away like certain value out from the community? Or is it really important? This company must be there. So this one also some very good question.
There's a reason, right, why KFC, all these quick service restaurant, right, installed PAR instead of installing others. They mentioned that because of the reliability of the system. It means it doesn't break down. It doesn't, like, you know, even if one break down, the others doesn't break down. And also the uptime of the system. So if you ask me, just now you mentioned about whether this company quality or that, right? I think that one is up to your portfolio, how you will actually manage the the risk. That means how much percentage you allocate, right? For me, I think this company, one thing, there's a lot of things to not to like. The margin is low. It's negative free cash flow. And
No,
then
actually,
acquire
numbers is a
until now also
numbers.
cannot see any much result.
If you look at numbers, definitely not nice one. But
Yes.
since you mentioned, okay, this is a very important question, like last time we discussed before already, lor. So when we look at numbers not nice, a lot of people don't look at it, or people misjudge it, and this is our
Yes.
opportunity lah. If they have a proper strategy to turn around, that's why I think talk to the management is one of the very good solution. Then you got compare the review. I just found a review like between Lightspeed and bring POS system, POS software, point of sale software. So you can see Lightspeed payment gateway is much higher according to this G2 review. Table management is there. Bring software don't actually have any data. Check adjustment is much more better. Kitchen tickets, takeout delivery. So yeah, so right now has more reviews from mid to like a bigger size companies lah, and this Lightspeed is focusing on more on small business.
Retail, yes. There's also a network effect. The big company, they cannot just switch.
So
It's a major pain if they want to switch.
So in the end of the day, until one point, it's either PA will move to the smaller one, or Lightspeed or any other competitors. Don't forget Shopify is also moving into this direction. It's not only Square.
Shopify is doing POS, really?
Yes.
Oh.
When Lightspeed come out, when Lightspeed move towards Shopify direction, Shopify also come out with this point of sale system to try to step into their Lightspeed territory lah. That's why these two companies is what PA is facing lah. And the other one is like what you say lor, TOS POS, right?
TOS, yes. Still private. Yesterday I just saw someone writing about it.
If you look at pricing model, Lightspeed can offer much cheaper price, whereas this Bring is starting at $90, and TOS is around $79. So TOS is around like the middle tier. And if you
mean
talk
the SaaS subscription,
yes.
Is it?
Yeah. And if you talk about user subscription, user satisfaction, POS, this Lightspeed is the highest lah. And TOS is the second, and PA exactly has the lowest user satisfaction. Then there's this a lot of these features can actually compare lah. I got send the link already. So yeah, some of things. And talking about language, this Bring POS system, how many countries do they have presence currently? And what is their go-to strategy on these few countries? If you look at the current system, the language that they are supporting right now is only English. So is there any challenge on that? Whereas Lightspeed, there's a lot of language already. It has most language covered as they expand into other places. And of course, if you want to look into the integrations part, Lightspeed actually has the most integration, like Cayenne, Charlie, Data Candy, Velocity, all this. So.
Oh no, because Bring is an open API.
Yes,
That
Bring.
means you can connect to anyone. Yeah, it's unlimited. That's why you didn't see a list there.
Integration. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. So
can compare and see lah.
I think it's a good comparison. And also, probably people don't like PAR is because it's slow or something, right? Let me see the review. How to see the what? I only see the percentage, but I cannot see the reason or the review. I get people sometimes they don't like, right? Because
Not don't like or what
yes, even though
as an investor, we need to stand in the customer point of view. Also, we need to stand in a investor point of view. Also, like we are investing our money, so we really need to find out like what's actually happening. So what is the strategy?
That's why I want to see the review, because I believe, right, in 2018 and before, right, the review is quite bad one. Before the Subnet sync, I remember I saw before some reviews for the public one. It wasn't that good. Some was like complaining like the price, some was complaining the integration, but ES can integrate. They say ES can integrate, but then don't give them one problem or something like that. I remember I saw, but some of the reviews are quite old. That's why I cannot gauge what is the current situation. If we are compare apple to apple, we will like compare 2021 reviews. That's apple to apple. But Lightspeed looks good because you got good features, right? Good features, serving the SME, cheaper some more.
In the end of the day, I think by just comparing their starting price is not good enough. For business, you look at you stand in a business point of view, rely on 69, 79, 90 kind of like monthly subscription is also like not enough one. So because you are seeking for growth, so you also need to have like certain pricing strategy. Like what is their private pricing strategy? Lightspeed actually have very low pricing strategy, but they know what you need from one point, then or you want then increase or improve, keep on like moving up the rank so they charge you more. So in the end of the day, what they are receiving is not just 69 per month on average, it is more, because usually people will need more than that. So like if we stand in investor point of view, of course we want to invest in business that are able to keep on lock in customer. Number one, this is of course. Second thing is like you want to keep customer, you want to make customer keep paying more like when you add one new feature, this one good I also want to subscribe, pay more. This one good I also want to subscribe, right? So this is also what we want to compare between all of them. I'm not saying Lightspeed currently is the best. I'm saying we need to find out what is their strategy, like how will they play out because right now when we invest is not invest in the current situation The new CEO definitely Partech, like you said, they already changed the CEO. They want to look for turnaround. So we prepare a set of questions, try to talk to them, ask them, like get a session with them then we come up with questions to get more clarity I think
we shouldn't
just base on guessing Guessing also useless.
And also another thing is have you talked to the management for Lightspeed?
Haven't yet.
Yeah, we just go for this industry and then we talk. But apparently something I don't like about this industry is the margins.
Margins
Yeah, a bit low for my taste. That means it looks like they are having a lot of competitive pressure. That's why you can see like people press them. Even though I would think 1 month $150, $200 is like peanuts to a restaurant. So like why are people complaining about the price? when the value that you are giving is full integration of the whole damn retail chain, whole damn restaurant chain, So yeah, but then it will be a lot because the restaurant chain will have like 1,000, right? 1,000, 2,000 restaurant chain. Then that one is negotiable The price will be lower of course.
Actually, need to find out because right now, no proper company, publicly listed company can show us what is the kind of margins, like the standards.
Yeah,
Standard
actually good lah.
margin.
Actually, you say this one, I need to do a quick comparison between this light speed. Still got what listed one? Toast is not listed.
Shopify,
Square cannot.
Big Commerce. Big Commerce is
Shopify
really,
majority. Shopify not really lah, not really POS lah.
not really.
Shopify got a lot of subscription online one. So I don't want to.
If you really want to
data.
compare POS and POS, I think Lightspeed is the closest lah.
Okay.
Lightspeed
We'll compare the margin. We'll compare the ratios and all that. Can. I will do the comparison. Wow, I think everyone Kong already.
Kong?
Is it? Agent also cannot. Need to go and sleep already.
Leave already. Yeah, 12 already.
System crash.
Now
See you
everyone's
tomorrow. Maybe not exciting enough either, the company. Okay lah, I go find exciting one lah. Find another dumb tech. Okay lah, I think it's about there lah.
Yeah.
Regarding this industry. Okay. Not bad. I think it's a good for us to do a deep dive and comparison also.
Alright.
Okay.
So I think that's all lah. Nothing more.
Okay.
Okay.
Anything you want to add? Otherwise, we'll end already. As always, Daniel FF.
Thanks for the presentation.
Okay.
Okay. Take care, guys.
Good day.
See you
Okay.
soon.
Yeah.
Good night.
See you soon.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Bye. Take care.